Semi family massa here, Mbote. It's been a while. I think all of you are doing great. We are about to moving forward, brothers and sisters. I'm taking a little. I took a little rest because I have a lot of things to do, a lot of work. But I'm still here because I'm preparing for something that is bigger. Like I have told you guys, but we have to move forward. We cannot just talk, 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 but we have also to show things, and that's why we are really working hard on some things behind the scene. But very soon you're gonna see what we are working on. Kimbo Kimbo Tanzania Mazulu, because he is amazing. He is coming with a lot of revelations in this end times. Good that many people have understood that we, the Bantus, are the people of the book, that we are the chosen people, that we are destroyed in the four corners of the earth and we are coming back to our countries. It's not easy because Africa is not ready to receive his people, but no one else will change Africa beside his people. So we have already some very strong people in the land fighting for our coming back and for the reconstruction of the kingdom, brothers and sisters, which is scientifically and spiritually and yeah, also, let's say, political. Yeah, we are moving on, and the Most High will help us so that we can take over with the spirit and truth and peace, because they have killed many of us who have tried to change black people's situation by force. Me myself, I'm very quiet here in the land, not opening my mouth like supposed to do in the YouTube or in the Germany. Even there in Germany, they shut down so many of my channels and books, and so etc. Um, everyone who is really a revolutionist, uh, they will shut him down. They will find a way how to they can cancel his movement. But the Most High is great. I will always remember a dream from a sister. She dreamt that many people came from the diaspora. We had a school, and the Muzungus in the land starts to alarm the political leaders, saying that we have X-Men's, children with potentials, miracles, powers, and they have to be stopped. And we, as the chosen people, we had to flee from the political forces, from the army, and we had to hide on the mountains behind the oceans or whatever. You know, we had to flee because they wanted to kill us, and that's the truth. Yeah, if you are moving forward and really start uh, telling people the truth, which is spiritual, yeah, because the real truth is spiritual. What do I mean? We can say whatever we want to say about ourselves, our heritage, about you know who the nations are. But if he wants to change the world, you will use the nations to fight against the nations. And this works if you start telling them the truth. And the spirit of the Most High will change them, and they will go against each other. Yeah. And that's why you have many, many churches. And in those churches, you will have multiple of colors: Indians, black people, uh, people from Russia, whatever, where. But what happens then? The person that is teaching, he's teaching a lie. So people are gathered together to listen to a lie. Now what we are waiting for is someone that teaches the whole truth. And I'm not talking about GOCC. It's talking about something that a false 12 tribe chart. No, I'm really talking about the real truth, who we are, and black and white and Indians and all of them gathered together, like it will be later in Zion, and people are united to worship the Most High, the Tanzania Mazulu, and really to even build his kingdom, and he built his kingdom up, his people up. Yeah. And this is the thing that the Muzungu don't like. He don't fear anything else. He fears the lies that he has spoken, that he did, the crimes that he did, to come out, and his own people to go against him, um, by the laws, yeah, of the world, like laws: don't kill, don't steal, you know, obey father, mother, don't go and against the Most High. And the Muzungu, he in all the 10 commandments, he did the biggest crimes on earth. He didn't even say sorry, no excuse. And his people, still think that it was given to them, that to be superior. They don't see that they have they killed so many people, that they are now number one because of violence. And if this comes out, and if they start understanding that it's not about the CO2, that's it's not about the CO2, so that the world is going now down, and we have earthquakes here and there, and we have many different kinds of problems with the weather. No, it's about the Most High and his people. Then this will be also another problem. That's why me myself, I will tell you, I used to support the Nazis. Okay, let me tell you the truth. Many people will be like, "Huh, how can that be?" I tell you, I'm for everyone that speaks the truth. If these Nazis saying, "Hey, we don't want black people, we don't want anyone to come to our land to take from our land, to take our jobs, or to, we just don't want anyone here." I agree. Me as a black man, I also would like, yeah, black white people to live in their country and black people to live in their country. And let's see what will happen. You see? Because we are going to a one world order, one world religion, one world everything. Yeah, be gay, do what you want, feminism. Okay, we are going to something that will never exist. A united everything, with a lot of crimes behind the scene. Because as long white people are, or the nations, because it's not only the white people, it's the Arab, it's the Indian, it's the Chinese, because they are hypocrites and will always say that we are friends, we are good with each other, but behind the scene they are robbing, they're doing the worst things to us. The black man will always be blind. He will never respect his own people. He will never respect his land. He will never give the value on his own things, because he's very easy to manipulate. So a black man has to take responsible for his own stuff, responsibility for his own things, the things that the Most High gave him, and not always doing that what the nations do. yeah, and believe that this is the way, that this is the truth, that this is that what which can save us or whatever. That's why a Nazi or an Indian, if a Muslim say he don't want Jesus, if what else? If a Chinese say, yeah, he don't want Muslims or Christianity in his land, I will agree. I do totally agree. Why should a Chinese worship Jesus? The Most High is saying in the scripture, I divided the countries, I divided the tribes, and I became the God of Isolele. So how can now Isolele say, oh, now we, the 12 tribe chart, we are the Indians, we are the Chinese, everyone is inside, but the Africa is not inside in the 12 tribe chart from the American Hebrew Israelites. Can you imagine? So it's very simple. You stay with the Muzungus. Let's see if the Muzungus will accept you because you want to be a part of them. And just there, divide us. You guys stay above, we stay here. Let's see who will survive. Okay. So, because it won't be like that, we are here to learn, right? We are here to see what really, what will actually happen. Brothers and sisters, today we're going to talk about the top tier billionaires that are building bunkers. Hmm? And I think the most of us will be not able to make it into these bunkers, brothers and sisters. Many people have heard about the war that of Armageddon. The war of Armageddon will come, definitely. Can be called War of Armageddon. It can be called the jihadic war, or in the Quran. It can be called the apocalypse that the Indians or the ancient Indians have talked about, or the Mayans, yeah, or even our forefathers, yeah, Kimbangu, Simon Toko. They talked about the apocalypse, the end of the days. They said that war will come, that they will try to make it into Africa, but then they will see the wall. And we made a video how Solomon have built the wall. The wall won't be built just like with normal powers, because we are not fighting against uh, normal humans. We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but demons, angels, powerful creatures inside human being, very smart people. And yes, that war will come. The apocalyptic war must come. It's important so that something new can start from there. And everyone knows that this apocalyptic war will happen uh, in the West, yeah, between America, Europe, Gog and Magog, Russia, and Asia. And we know that many of our people will be found in this war. We know that nuclear bombs will be dropped. Yeah, it's in the Bible, in the book of Zephaniah, yeah, of Zachariah. Nuclear bombs will be dropped, and brothers and sisters, we don't want to find ourselves in this war. I don't want to say that there will be no war in Africa, but that what I can tell you guys is that they will come for Africa after seeing many people were leaving the West. People will start leaving the West, like Massa went to the Pharaoh and said, "The time has come, my people, let them go." And the Pharaoh became a little weak and start leaving some people and say, "Oh, go." And after that, his heart became hardened again, and he stopped the children of Israel again and told them, "No, you can't leave. I need you for my work. I need you for my social system. I need you. I need someone to offend. I need someone, to build whatever what I wants to do. I need someone to fight for me in the army. Where do you want to go? Um, what will happen next? Many people will be found, in prisons. Many people will be found, mm, you know, in different kinds of concentration camps. But it won't be only black people, it will be the whole world. It will be fighting against the government. And the problem that we have here is, where will people flee? Because many people really think people will flee to Canada or will flee to Egypt. No, it is written that Egypt will be the cemetery. It will be the cemetery of many people that will flee from the West. You have to know something. There is a difference between people that live in Asia or in Europe and the people in America. In America, there is no way to come to the West, to come to Europe, so that you can walk or drive into Africa. So the only way is you go down to Southern America, Latin America, Southern America, so that you can go from there, take the ship to enter Africa. Okay? And in those days, Africa and many, many countries will be not only at war, but the biggest thing is the weather, the climate, the four angels, water, fire, wind, and earth will start trembling so hard. Yeah, we're talking about the four horsemen. Brothers and sisters, many people will die on the road. Many people. It will be like the 40 years of Moses. Yeah, it will start and will have never an end again. Okay, brothers and sisters, all of us will start seeing those kind of things in this lifetime. Yeah, they will see how those kind of things will start happening with a lot of violence, and no one can do anything against it. Um, the people will try to make it into the Egypt, and from there they will try to make it into Nigeria, Kenya, into these directions, so that they can come to the southern part of Africa, which is the Bassin de Congo, the basin, the Cachoeira in Congo, and the southern part of Africa. Brothers and sisters, because of the weather, you're going to see, let me tell you directly, Southern Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, and many places in Africa disappearing and even breaking up. Okay? The most of the coastlands, yeah, will be full of water, like Angola, all this Cameroon, this areas there will be full of water, yeah, and the people have to flee to the mountains, brothers and sisters. Now, then you're gonna see where the real north is, that the Most High is talking about in the Bible. In the north, this is where the king will sit. Okay, this is where he will, stay. So after that, brothers and sisters, after those things, it won't end there. The war will still continue, and the Most High, the people will start building new, like recovering. It will happen in recovering here and there. But the nations will put themselves together, yeah, to come to Africa, to fight Africa. And this is where the Most High have already sent the prophets to the United States, to the China, to the Europe, This is where you people have already seen the manifestation of the power of the Most High again, of Elijah, of Massa, of that guy that you guys call Jesus and whatever, of all these ancestors. Okay? They will come back and do different kinds of miracles to show the world that humans don't die. Yeah? And then they will come with big bombs, weapons to Africa. And the biggest of the war, the most of the war, will happen in the basin of Africa, like where the girdle of Africa is, but above Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Ethiopia, Sudan, Central Africa, Lebanon, all this area, Middle East, Asia, okay? And this is where the biggest war will be. This is the era that the war will be, and it won't end just like that until the highest from the highest, and I don't talk about Jesus, the highest from the highest will come and he will save us. Yeah. Then the Most High will have to start teaching us war again. He has to start teaching, he has to start showing us what we are supposed to do with the demons, what we are supposed to do with our lands, and this will be multitudes of people. Multitudes of people. Listen carefully. You will see in Africa Indian people, Chinese people, Turkish people, Russian people. You will see Americans there, Latinos, Brazilians, Australia. Australia will be done with. This Australia will be done with. I'm just telling you. No Australia no more. Yeah. So just to tell you guys, yeah, why those people are showing you in every third movie an apocalyptic movie. They are showing it to you. They're telling you indirect in other movies where they used to show America falling and or America is in under siege from alien nations, etc., etc. They wants to tell you that this are supposed to happen. This will happen, and we as the Moontus, we have to understand the signs. We have to understand the signs, and we have to know what to do. Yeah, even if it is maybe not tomorrow. Yeah, because if this starts, it's not like, oh, I can take the next plane, I can fly. I can't take my car just or driving around. You won't drive. It's done. It's better to flee by foot than driving. Okay? You will leave your car there. So maybe you won't see your family again if you're in the mall or at work. It's apocalyptic. It's a world war. So all these kind of things will happen, definitely. And it is written in the stars, okay? And they can do whatever they wants to do. It must happen. It will happen. There's no prophet that hasn't said, oh no, you can just pray and Nineveh will be saved. And Nineveh wasn't saved, by the way, because it was saved and later it was destroyed. So destiny is destiny. You can't do anything against it. Babylon will fall. It's not like many people think, oh, I have some times. Well, no. Babylon will fall. Yeah? There is no way out. Now, because I didn't prepare so much the 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 recovering, but or what you are supposed to do. For me, it's even better if you ask those kind of things um, to the spirit itself. because there's some things that he might reveal and you guys will understand later. But we're gonna go into the map that I have prepared so that you guys can see what the Muzungus will do, what the nations will do if it comes to this time. You know, they have prepared um, their ways, and they are very well prepared, brothers and sisters. Okay, okay. This is the bunker. You know, so you have different kinds of levels. Yeah, like a very thick beton house with some fire suppression, maintains and electrical place like security, water treatment, data container or whatever, and medical facilities. You know, a general store and he hydroponic food production. Then you have luxury units like houses. Larry's Hall's survival condo facility built within a former Atlas F missile silo constructed by the Army Corps of the Engineers has more than 54,000 square feet of protected space designed to sustain 75 people for more than 5 years. Full floor units. See? So a full floor unit is like a 3 million. It starts with the 3 million. A half floor unit starts with 1.5 million. And I can tell you guys, the most of these people that teach, oh, Jesus will come, they have already bought a bunker like that. Then you have a fitness center, classroom, a theater room, like a cinema room, rising as prices starts at $40,000, but its luxury series starts about 3 million, 3.7 million, and the company's most expensive shelter costs about 40 million. The company told Insider low tier bunker for average people. You don't have those things in Africa, but you can already see in Africa the catastrophic, uh, you know, things that is happening because of the weather. So the apocalypse has started. Yeah, but these people are prepared for everything. Yeah, for all kind of apocalyptic um, things that might happen to us. They are prepared for that. One of Vivio's most luxurious sites, Europe One, is located in Germany and provides individual families with over 2,500 square feet of living. There are so many places around the world that have bunkers. We will just be talking about what they have in the facilities of the bunkers. Also, does this line up with the scriptures of preparing of Congo's return? No. Yeah, if you look movies like Resident Evil, They are living already under the earth, you know. They have big bunkers there, and then they have zombies. Who knows if they will come with an infection? We had the corona already. Who knows what will come next? Or monkeypox or whatever. So they're really coming. They really want to come with an apocalypse, and here, the rich will survive. It will have numerous amenities and operate almost as its own village with the bar, chapel, pools, and more. Residents will also get their own private luxury accommodations. The site is designed to cater to the mental health of residents and attempts to simulate natural light in the underground shelter. The location will also have a movie theater, garden, and wine vault. The top 10 bunkers companies for 2002 is like Bunker Holding, World Fuel Services, Peninsula, Minerva Bunkering, TFG Marine, Integrate 8, Mosaya, Fratelli Consolage Group of companies. As you look into all these top bunkers and understand that the people who are truly making bunkers are the super elite people like the Illuminati, the 13 Illuminati families of the world. Yes, they are normal people making bunkers, but they were being made fun of in the 1950 or 60. But the real question is, why are the super rich of the world who run the world making super cities under the places they live, like the USA, and all around the world? See? The Raven Rock Mountain Complex, also known as R, is a US military installation with an underground nuclear bunker near Ridge Summit, Pennsylvania at Raven Rock Mountain that has been called an underground Pentagon. You don't believe? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, let me share with you this link. That's the video about.
Could you describe a Raven Rock to me? Like what it
You have to check this out because it is very important for you to know a little bit about that. It's written in the Bible from the beginning that this really might happen, that people will hide themselves. You know, let us hear a little bit what they will say.
is, what it's for?
No.
Raven Rock, like Area 51, remains one of the U.S. government's most classified installations. It's all part of a plan that was hatched 70 years ago.
In the 1950s, the government came up with plans for a deep underground command center where the president and, a few hundred staff members not only could take shelter, but also could direct a nuclear war.
The plan is called Continuity of Government, or COG.
At any moment, we could see thousands of members of the government completely wiped out. But there's a secondary government, a shadow government that is ready to take over at a moment's notice.
Raven Rock is an underground backup Pentagon.
It's the most unbelievable place you can imagine. You're 768 feet below the surface.
Don Camel spent 3.5 years at Raven Rock as part of the president's communication team. He's never spoken on camera before about his time working in the secret bunker.
Basically, they carved out a city underground that could survive a direct hit from a nuclear blast. After you go through the security, you walk in and it's basically an underground tunnel. There's a blast door that was 3.5 foot thick that weighed 30 tons. You go through like an airlock, and they have 2 of those doors, and then You walk another half a mile,
A half mile deeper into the mountain is the bunker itself.
and you're going past 5 buildings. Those represent the 5 rings of the Pentagon. And each of those buildings are 3 stories tall, and they probably have 50 to 80 offices per floor.
The buildings are mounted on springs to survive the shock waves from a nuclear blast.
There's a common cafeteria capable of serving 3,000 people 3 meals a day for 30 days on lockdown. They had a barber shop in there with 1 chair.
It's got massive reservoirs, generators, even a crematorium if needed, post office, medical facilities, and emergency command and communication links to the U.S. military all around the world.
As part of the White House team, Camel had access to the most restricted part of the bunker, the presidential suite.
The presidential suite is a very secure area. The other people in the site, they had no access, and they were very, very curious as far as what was behind the door. The presidential bedroom was, of course, a king-size bed. Then there was a separate kitchen set up in our suite to feed 30 or 40 people. The presidential office overlooked the war room, which had the same display that was a duplicate of what they had in the Pentagon. We would look down, and of course, they'd look up, and they couldn't see through the glass because it was a one-way glass.
To understand why these bunkers were created, you have to rewind to the 1950s.
So, as you can see, brothers and sisters, these people are very smart. They are smarter than than we are. They know exactly, that the nuclear bomb is about to happen, brothers and sisters. Okay, and that's why these people are not searching for peace. Really not. Don't think that you can be friends with the devil.
You are entering one of the most secret places on Earth. It's a bunker built into a hollowed out mountain in Colorado. It's just one of the top secret shelters where 7,000 Americans will go to in the event of nuclear annihilation.
The government built more than 100 of these bunkers and relocation facilities around the country.
There's no room for families. Wives, children not included.
The plans to get a small number of government officials out of Washington, out of major cities, and into these bunkers around the country. And it doesn't include families.
Garrett Graff is the author of the new book, Raven Rock, the U.S. government's secret plan to save itself while the rest of us die. The title comes from this place, Raven Rock Mountain, a super secret bunker in Pennsylvania where Pentagon brass will relocate in a nuclear war. How do you get on this list? And who's on it?
Well, so the list includes your high-ranking government officials, your cabinet leaders, your congressional leadership, members of the Supreme Court, as well as, top aides, White House staff.
Some people are on the elite list by accident. The bunker at Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado has its own Subway sandwich shop.
If you just happen at the time of the apocalypse to be the person manning the cash register at the Subway, you're going to be the only fast food employee in America who survives.
Now you heard apocalypse. And I watched the political leaders in Germany. They were talking about why the world is now turning upside down, the weather is going crazy and stuff like that. It is scientifically, it can't be proved that this weather problems has to do with CO2. It has nothing to do with how many planes are flying around, how many cars CO2 is blasted to the atmosphere. No. It's about the time. That's why I do not understand why people are still ignoring the truth. They really know this is the truth, but they don't want to act. They don't want to work on it. They don't want to believe. They're just like, I don't care. That's why the most I say only 1/3 of Israel will make it, because these people are stiff-necked. It was always like this, and it will stay like this. People don't want to hear. People are just like, oh no, let me just continue with my lifestyle. And where are the preparation? Joseph was sold by his own brothers, okay, to Egypt. And the Most High turned it, so that he can save his people. This is the same that is happening now, okay? We need savior figures. The things is supposed to happen very, very soon. What happened? Because of Joseph, his brothers, his families, and so many other people were saved. There may be many apocalypse happening in this world, and Moses have always a way how to protect his own. So if this kind of things happen, everything will stop. Everything. And they're searching this scientific people, they're searching every day for something what they can bring out there to stop our movement, to stop our works, to make our lives harder, yeah, difficult. Because this is what the evil people want. They want a nuclear bomb. They want the apocalypse. Everything that is written in the Bible, what people mostly don't know, the devil is working on it. He wants all these kind of things to happen. Guys have never understood that the Bible was written, but by the devil. Okay, the devil had the Bible in his hands while our fathers had written it, and it was rewritten. And the devil wants every prophecy that is written in the Bible to happen. He knows the Bible better than anyone else. Okay? But people have never understood that. Yeah? The third temple and everything that they are saying that has to happen, that they want it like that. You will know later. You see? These are the bunkers that they build. The whole White House is a bunker already. Okay? Yes, this is where all your tax dollars are going to hide the super elite people who are all working with Satan to try to kill Tatanzambi ya Congo. Okay? Like in the Tower of Babel, brothers and sisters. When the world wake up, because it's a war that's going on, so many people are allowing their rights as people to go away for silly entertainment of the flesh and eyes, but still not seeing the big picture, the White household secrets as well. Let's go to see what's going on in Washington, D.C.
Have you ever wondered what dark secrets are hidden within the White House? All up, the official American presidential workplace features 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, and 6 levels. But there's one particular room which is unequivocally more impressive than the rest: the nuclear-proof bunker designed to withstand war, riots, and natural disasters. The secret presidential hideout has been acting as a safeguard for the nation's leaders for decades, but only now have we finally been given exclusive access to wander behind its walls. Today, we reveal the array of intricate features and secrets that wait inside. Follow us. And remember, no cameras, please. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see before you is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest, the infamous White House. President Washington oversaw the construction of the iconic landmark in the late 1700s, and it's continued to house the nation's leaders, their families, and their staff ever since. The secret bunker we'll soon see is the last line of defense. The first line, however, is that intimidating spiked fence. Before too long, its size will be doubled, with plans for a 13-foot barrier already in place. We'll enter the presidential grounds through the Northwest Appointment Gate on Pennsylvania Avenue. Come on, let's go. Here's an armed Secret Service security guard. Expect to see hundreds more of them as we move through the area. Oh, hi. Here are our entry credentials, sir. Thank you. Be careful as we walk across the north lawn. There are infrared sensors triggered by thermal signatures everywhere. So I implore you, stay off the grass. If you don't, the Belgian Malinois guard dogs will strike. Not to mention one of the 1,200 soldiers patrolling the area. That's a night vision camera, and that there is a state-of-the-art defense drone. Still, these security features are nothing compared to our underground bunkers. As we enter the main building, we'll take a sharp turn and head toward the east wing, passing through the entrance hall and the cross hall. If this were an emergency situation, we'd be forcibly escorted by Secret Service agents. Beneath the White House's East Wing is the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, otherwise known as the Doomsday Bunker. We enter through a giant pair of clunky, vault-like steel doors. You hear that hiss? That's the sound of potentially contaminated air being sealed out of the safe zone. Once we've provided biometric access with fingerprint and retina scanners on this device, we'll descend 5 stories underground via the secret elevators. Take a look around. Here are the flat screen televisions, which the president uses to stay updated with current events. And here are the satellite connected phones, which connect with the Pentagon at the touch of a button. Oh, we've got a question. How do we know that the bunker is 1,000 feet underground? Well, the White House claims that this bunker is nuclear proof. The most powerful American nuclear warhead can blast up to 1,000 feet deep, meaning that the presidential bunker must be at least that far below the surface. Here's the famous conference room. Recognize anything? At this long oval table sat Bush and Cheney in the aftermath of September 2001. If you don't recognize the table, you'll surely recognize the presidential seal on the wall. The Doomsday Bunker was initially built in the early 1940s for President Roosevelt. However, it's been utilized as recently as June of 2020. Let's continue, folks, because this isn't the only secret bunker. It's merely the most famous. Follow me to the second bunker. This more modern, extremely secure facility sits again deep underground, this time buried deep beneath the western side of the North Lawn. Say hello to the White House military office soldiers. These guys rotate through 12 and 24-hour shifts. Some of them are medical units, some are food staff. See those vents? This panic room is fitted with its own air supply. Plus, we've got these oxygen tanks in case of an emergency. And over here, the bunker even has its own long-lasting food supply. These gray walls might seem dull, but it's not their job to be works of art. It's their job to protect. And since they're made of thick, unbreakable concrete, they're strong enough to withstand nuclear radiation. As we continue to explore, here's all of the communication equipment in one section. And here's the bed, the kitchen, and the bathroom. Evidently, this bunker doubles as both a command center and temporary living quarters. You might be wondering, why do these bunkers and the tunnels we're about to explore need to exist in the first place? It's rather simple, really. The White House staff needs a place of refuge and evacuation should the traditional exits be compromised by biological, radiological, or nuclear attacks. Now come with me, let's show you those tunnels. This is actually a whole network of underground passages and rooms buried beneath the White House. This tunnel connects the East Wing to the West Wing. It's also rumored that an entire system of passages run all over Washington, D.C., with routes to Blair House, Camp David, and the Pentagon. The echoing tunnels are totally soundproof from the outside world. All we hear are our own footsteps. If you take this path, you'll end up in a bowling alley in the White House basement under the North Portico. If you take this one, you'll end up at the little-known presidential dentistry room. Or if you take this one, no kidding, you'll find yourself at the secret White House chocolate shop. That's weird. Well, we're going through another tunnel, this one right here, a 761-foot-long path which connects the East Wing to the secret basement of the adjacent Treasury Building, which was formerly a Roosevelt air raid shelter. Now join me in the elevator as we ascend back to street level. And just like that, we've managed to sneak out of the White House completely unseen. Which secret location should we tour next? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to The Richest, and have a great day. Catch you next time.
Okay. Okay. I know my. Good, great. Let us continue. So, President Donald Trump reportedly spent an hour in the White House's underground bunker as early Black Lives Matter protests grew intense in Washington, D.C. The bunker, known as the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, was built for protection during World War II and most notably used during the 9/11 attacks. The terror attacks prompted national security officials to have more secure bunker built in secret. Let's see what the Bible says about this. Isaiah 2:19 and 21. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks and into the caves of the earth for fear of the Tanzambi and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. In that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the raged rocks, for fear of the Most High and for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Now, Revelation 6:14 to 17. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, and every free man, hide themselves in the dens in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Amos 9:3 and 5. And thou, they hide themselves in the top of Carmel. I will search and take them out thence, and thou they be hide from my sight in the bottom of the sea. Thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And thou they go into captivity before their enemies. Thence will I command this sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set my eyes upon for evil, them for evil, and not for good. And the Most High, the Tanzambi of hosts, is he that touches the land, and it shall melt, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up woolly like a flood, and shall be drowned as by flood of Egypt. All I see is a big grave for the foolish people of the world who try hiding from Congo. So, with other words, they will die. There is no salvation in Canada. There is no salvation in America, in the Southern America, in the Brazil, in the Russia. Okay? The womb, the mother's womb will cover you. Cachopia. Okay? You see, it sounds arrogant. Yeah, if we speak to some Hebrew Israelites or to some people and tell them, hey, dudes, there is no 2 or 3 ways here. There's only one way to go. Yeah? And if it starts, please, brother, you will find a way, a name for your Africa. You will call them Zion. You will call them Father. You will call them Jesus and God. Because the only salvation will come from those who will have the the authority, the love, the connection, yeah, like an umbilical cord to the heaven spheres, so that they can pray for y'all and say, Father, forgive them, please. Can I please save one of them? You know, and even the Gentiles will come to y'all and say, please take us home. We never knew. We never understood. They lied to us. What's going on? And you see this Creco nigger smoking his ganja on the street. And then the white man is taking a gun and killing this guy because he's saying enough is enough. People will understand those things later. And I don't say later by saying hundreds of years, brothers and sisters. It won't take so long, okay? You're going to understand Stephen Hawking's very soon. But that's up to you. I'm doing just my job, you know? Even a pastor is a sinner in my eyes, so who I am then? We are all the same. I can just speak and do that what I have to do, like I know you will do that what you're supposed to do. But let's learn together, because A, The Most High said, because I have spoken,
Driving south to Colorado Springs,
that's
it
why
looms in the
you will be
distance.
judged.
One of the most famous military bases in the world, Cheyenne Mountain. 1 mile inside the granite, 2,000 feet down from the top, it is a giant command and control center that has kept America safe for 50 years. Inside the mountain are 15 2- and 3-story buildings. They are freestanding but connected by hallways and ramps. There is also a service area to keep the complex running, and even reservoirs, yes, underground lakes. You get inside by driving through a 2-mile tunnel, and when you get to the middle, you see the doors. The 2 famous blast doors that have kept the facility safe when they're closed. The door to this building weighs 25 tons and runs on hydraulics. It's usually open all the time, but if it is closed, oh, then there's a problem.
I mean, obviously, Cheyenne Mountain was built to survive and endure through a nuclear event, and all of us hope that never happens.
The buildings behind those doors were built on 1,300 giant springs that could move independently if there's an explosion or earthquake. They would bounce, but they wouldn't break apart. And that's important because of what goes on inside those buildings. In control rooms like this one, which was set up just for us, experts keep an eye on possible threats. Everything from missile launches around the world to 23,000 objects in space. It includes satellites, the International Space Station, and lots of space junk. The original tenant, NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command, is now headquartered at nearby Peterson Air Base, but it still has a command center here in case it's needed.
On the day,
It's funny that these people do not try to, to find a way of peace, but they really know we're going to go to war. That's why every one of them has a nuclear weapon, every one of them. And they're trying to build even bigger ones. Yeah. This is the blessing of Esau. This is the blessing of Ishmael. Okay. This is what they are. Yeah. Esau is the end of the world. What is the end of the world? A nuclear bomb, nuclear weapon. Yeah. People have to die. This world will stay. It's not like that you will go to the paradise like some people think. No. This world will stay and some people will survive. Okay. Some people will survive because you're not the first time here. Okay. This is another story. Many people are not so spiritual. So, it's better for them only to hear that they are Israelites. But you have to understand also the spiritual part in your life. Yeah. Because, there's so many things that Isaiah was saying. There's so many things to say. If we don't understand the things here from the earth, how do we want to understand the things above or beyond? Now, brothers and sisters, that what I want to tell you guys is we are coming nearer to these events and we have to know what to do. Now, the second revelation of John. Then shall I uncover the 4 parts of the east, and there shall come forth 4 great winds, and they shall sweep, and all the face of the earth from one end of the earth to the other. And the Most High shall sweep sin from the earth, and the earth shall be made white like snow. Brothers and sisters, how did he do it with Sodom and Gomorrah? How did you do that in the time of Noah? How did you do it with Egypt? How did you do it with Babylon? It's not like the Most High is like, wait a minute, I'm showing you, you're a good guy. Come with me. Oh, you're a good girl. Come with me. He just dropping bombs, brothers and sisters. Okay? Metroid in the east, of Asia. Bomb. Kim Jong-pung, it's gone. And then the whole wind going from east up to the west, just blasting everything away there. Yeah. There's no sorrow. There's no, Master, have you prepared my people? Master, did you not do my job? Okay. If my father is the best. He always say, Master, you see all these people. You cry always, why do you have to do this job and whatever? And ask yourself why you are not so many and you're just you and many one other, and they are giving up because they think that others are beyond them, above them, whatever. My father was always, I tell you, my son, you don't know how many people follow you or how many people have learned from you, so that tomorrow if something happens to you, who will come and teach and prepare? If this star was coming to do something on this earth, who will come? What happened to Solomon when this guy died, to the whole Africa and even Asia? Huh? Every tribe was destroyed and war happened. It started among them, between them, because of one guy. Okay, it's like your father, or what happens if your father leaves your house? What will happen? Okay, so people have to start understanding that the Most High is saying, Yesaya, or my son, or a savior figure. Everyone's talking about faith. It's one person. Okay, you guys have to start understanding how important someone can be in the eye of the Most High. When Massa went to the mountains and he came back and he saw them naked and dancing around there, he started to become angry at the priests and everything. Massa started also praying for those people and saying, come on, Father, bring the snakes up, but don't kill all of them. Okay? And this is what will happen. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm a Hebrew. This Hebrew bullshit won't save anyone, because you can read Romans 9. It's a killer for the Hebrew bullshit. It's a killer. Okay? Do you think in Sodom and Gomorrah all of them were black? Do you think in Egypt all of them were black? The Most High is a man of war. I tell you guys. And people have to understand how salvation functions. Okay? And it's not about being a part. You have to become a revolutionist inside, like outside too. You can't believe in the Most High without working, without doing something for Him. Maybe you don't have the chance in this life, but in the life of Jacob, which also will be in this world. That's why reincarnation is real. You won't be in heavens, like the heaven is the earth. It's just another spirit that will rule another time. Okay? Brothers and sisters, wake up. Judgment was always a part of the game. Now, let us hear this prophecy and understand, because it's important for us to understand. And the earth shall be made white like snow, and it shall become as a leaf of paper, without cave or mountain or hill or rock. But the face of the earth, from the rising even to the setting of the sun, shall be like a table, and white as snow. And the rains of the earth shall be consumed by fire. And it shall cry unto me, saying, I am a virgin before thee, O Tatanzambi, and there is no sin in me. As the prophet David said a fourth time, thou shalt sprinkle me with hyssop, and shall be made pure. Thou shalt wash me, and I shall be made whiter than snow. And again he said, every chasm shall be filled up, and every mountain and hill brought low, and the crooked places shall be made straight, and the roof ways into smooth, and a flesh shall see the salvation of the Most High. There are so many apocrypha, like the Apocalypse of Ezra, the first and the second revelation of John, And every single prophet had a book called the Apocalypse of Adam and Massa, Enoch, Jumpus, yeah, and many more. Apocalypse is a part of us, brothers and sisters. Yeah, the sky is not the limit. Okay, and they know. They who really are smart, they know. They know. Okay, people just read 66 books. Okay, we are beyond that. Long time. 66 books is for children. Okay, it's for children. To know more, you need. Yeah, I always say the Most High, yeah, is bigger than the Bible. Many more. Do your research. You will see it has been prophesied to happen. Many people, my people, have put their trust into mankind for a fool. Will trust a man who is not from the Most High. Don't you know the Most High will save you, not hiding inside the mountain created by man? Why are you seeking after the knowledge of the Gentiles? Yeah, because science is from the Most High too. The Gentiles just use science, yeah, with another spirit. Yeah, but science was always there. But science is controlled by the spirit. Yeah, this is the truth about science. It's always controlled by the spirit. Everyone who does astrophysics, astronomy, knows you can't do those things without. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. The spirit is involved. A real doctor, the spirit is involved. Okay? So, this is what science is. Jeremiah 14 to 16. Then the Moses sent to me the prophets, prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake into them. They prophesy into you false visions and divinations, and the thing of naught, and deceit of their heart. Therefore, thus said Tatanzambi, concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not, yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. When have you heard Hebrew Israelites talking about the apocalypse? When have you heard those prophets giving you an option, yeah, what to do before famine comes? No water, no food, electricity problems, okay? Rain falls like crazy, earthquakes. What did those prophets tell you what you're supposed to do? You see? You see? You're following a crowd. If there's someone in front of you, he is blind and he's like marching, yeah, and all of you are following, and he will fall into a hole, all of you will fall with him. And there are many. Because some of them, they know, but they can't say the truth. They can't just say it. There's some things they won't say. Shikari and all of them. If you ask them those questions, they're like, oh man, maybe in Canada, I will hide myself in my grandmother's bed, under my grandmother's bed. Nothing will happen to America. We are America. Okay, no problem. We are here and we're going to see. And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Yisrael because of the famine of the sword, and they shall have none to bury them. Them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour the wickedness upon them. Okay, brothers and sisters, yeah, you can see this great millionaires here. You can find, you can judge by yourself. But me myself, I know exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, here it's not about the money. Here we are here to find solutions, and everyone in each group, yeah, who is teaching the truth is highly welcome, and we are marching together. But for everyone that thinks that the big way, the way of glory, the way of music, the way of shining, that the Most High is in light. The Most High is not in light, my brothers. Oh. Don't change the things here. The Most High is in darkness. Now to tell you, for these Christian pastors that wants to teach Masa, okay? I can show you scriptures, a lot of them. The Most High is never in light, and he was never in light. Because if he would be in light, you would see him there. Like Jesus on the cross, yeah, in the church, everywhere. The Most High is in light. No, the Most High is in occult, in darkness. He don't want to be seen by you. Okay, so everything that is in that these people reveal like that, yeah, just reveal. Now we have to find out what kind of revelation is that. Does this revelation feed us? Does this revelation feed our children? Is this revelation good for the future? Will this revelation build us up? Or is this just a revelation to make more YouTube views, to have more fame, to have more money, to be seen more, huh? To deceive much more people? What kind of revelation is that? Okay, half truths is just a lie too. Okay, and we have to start finding out, yeah, where the Most High hides himself. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. That's it for today, and I will see you very soon.